Hey guys, welcome back to the Vid-Bits. I'm Bray.
And I'm Brian, and we're featuring
BudSmokinPandaz.
hanging out playing some more Borderlands and doing the Zombie Island of Dr. Ned DLC.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into more Borderlands 1. I feel like I've played so much Borderlands 2, and I've done pretty much all of the DLCs in that game, so like, I don't really know what this game has to offer, so it's all a new experience to me.
Well, like we did a little bit last time when we just got in here, just for the little bit that we did at the end of it's like the 6th episode of this. Just make sure you try to skull cap as many zombies as you can, because that's something that's like a long-standing goal, is to collect as many brains as possible, and the only way that you do it is through headshots. So
Yeah, I actually did start a new count for the DLC. I figured, well, now since there's 6 episodes of the original campaign, we'll start a new count from here on out. This being the first episode, I know we did play a little bit at the end of the last stream, but
that's cool, because these DLCs are a little bit more bite-sized. They're not super long. So
right.
Nice.
All right.
Trying to get my AirPods connected so I can get an audio test, and they are not connected. I'm just gonna mute myself real quick.
1, 2, 3. Every time I hear of testing, I just think of that Simpsons meme with the megaphones.
We are good.
Testing.
Are we good?
We are.
You think they would work that way though?
Let me
if you hooked up like 10.
Oh yeah, it would probably create such a reverb if you hooked up a bunch of megaphones in succession. It could probably damage your eardrums.
I think it'd be really cool to see a sound frequency so intense that it could damage like a structure.
It probably exists.
Soundwave from Transformers.
Soundwave, a freaking bunker.
I'm surprised the game hasn't like created that sort of premise yet. There's so many different like things that different niches for gameplay where it's like have you seen that Control game or whatever?
I've heard the name.
No, I've never heard of Control.
Yeah, I've never really played it either, but my friend was telling me about it, and I guess it's on Game Pass. I don't know, it just has like some sort of telekinetic power or some different gameplay experience. I don't know, I feel like I have so many games already on my backlog, it's kind of hard to prioritize the games that like my friends tell me to play at this point.
And if you would like to add more games to the Vid-Bits backlog, please suggest them in the comments below.
We should make a spreadsheet. I could make a spreadsheet with all of the games that we have on our backlog. We could start logging them.
Will your game be featured? Probably no.
There's just like so many. Like, I'm just trying to think like,
Like, man, I can't play the Fallout games. I haven't played Skyrim again for the 50,000th time.
I'm not gonna play.
Exactly, man.
I'm not gonna play Skyrim for a while.
I am that guy in the comment.
Like, damn it. You know what would be really cool if I played Skyrim again? I did the Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Guild again.
Done that so many times. Done a stealth archer again.
Yeah.
I vow to never be a stealth archer again in Skyrim. That's my promise. It's just, I mean, it's just too easy. Like,
I hope I don't really go into the dagger proficiency tree again.
Yeah, that was the one-shot daggers.
Yeah, because it's just so sweet, man. Like, times 16 damage or some bullshit. Like, what am I supposed to say to that? And daggers are so inexpensive. They're so inexpensive to craft. Right? Please don't.
And get my shield to level 100 here in the first 2 hours of the game.
The worst part of starting Skyrim is starting over the beginning again.
Looks like I'm making a bunch of daggers again. Spamming iron daggers to make it my blacksmith up.
Can't wait to go rob Baldaman's basement blind and then go sell him back his wares. Man, the more I talk about it, Skyrim's seeming more of my future.
Put a bunch of baskets on people's heads and rob them blind.
Yes.
Yes.
Or like there's one specific blacksmith shop that if you go in, there like this bow will just like fall through every single time without fail. It falls through the little display case it's being held in, and I find that so funny. Like you can consistently go in this archery, like I think it's like a Fletcher or whatever, and like you can consistently get this bow earlier than intended without even buying it.
I can't wait till like after like the first year or so of like streaming. I'm gonna go through and just like this stream is dedicated to all the times on other streams we talked about Skyrim. This stream is dedicated to all the times on other streams we talked about BioShock. You know what I mean? Like it's just a compilation of like you clipping your other streams talking about other games. Like
then we finally play those games on stream. Like
how the hell did you get off topic and start talking about this? Well, this character reminded me of this game.
I don't know. Sometimes it's just a tangent.
Most of the time, everything reminds me of BioShock.
Why?
It's a joke. Most of the time.
Most of the time. When we were playing zombies, like that, you would like that was your thing, man.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my god, every first-person shooter can't remind me of the game that's not the grandfather of first-person shooters. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, I mean, there's something that BioShock did as far as storytelling in video games that like I don't feel like a lot of games at the time were doing.
Everybody's doing the claptrap. Like I can say like a lot of games that are like Minecraft in that perspective like reminds me of Doom because that also reminds me of like the Windows 94 freaking screensaver. It's Wolfenstein, like that perspective, you know. So I get it. Like it's not that game, and every game that's like that isn't.
Well,
that
to
game.
me, any survival game reminds me of Minecraft because
I mean, at
of
that
like
point,
how ever present Minecraft has been through like my life. I mean, Minecraft's been there for a pretty damn long time, and it's like evolved, and like anyone knows what Minecraft is. It's the most recognizable series to be created in my lifetime.
The joke about everything reminding me of BioShock is mainly though like the gimmick within BioShock itself that is just saying that all stories involve a guy, a tower, a girl, a cage. So yeah, you could probably find a way to 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon any game and just saying that it reminds you of BioShock.
Because there's always just something that's going to motivate the character
it's like saying that every rock
continue.
band reminds you of Led Zeppelin or the Beatles.
What does that even mean?
Because they say every freaking band was like inspired by either Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, Elvis. There's like 5 bands that inspired every other band that's like period.
I mean that makes sense. It's just, but it's also of the time period. Like, think about the people who those people were inspired by. They were just artists of the time before them.
I mean,
but the amount and the outlets to get to them was.
That's
the further you go back, few and far between.
That's fair. But like they're all probably like
how much the Beatles were inspired by like the Beach Boys and Elvis and all those people were inspiring each other, but then you look at a band like Weezer who's inspired by a band like Nirvana, and Weezer and Nirvana are both inspired by the Beach Boys, but they don't say that directly, but they do indirectly. Yep. Weezer's now a lot more like obvious about their influence by the Beach Boys, but like back in the day the Beach Boys were revolutionary. As far as like tempo and creating like the tempo that everybody copied.
As far as the Beach Boys go, I can listen to pretty much anything they've put out and it's good. I mean, I may not remember all the names of the songs, but they're all good. I mean,
all
like
catchy, poppy.
Yeah, I mean,
3,
but it's
4
also
chord stuff.
It's not abrasive either.
No,
it's not something that you don't want to like. I don't know. There's some stuff to me like. To me personally, I can't really listen to country. Like that's an abrasive genre to me. Like whereas like
you should listen to it backwards. You get all your stuff back.
Yeah.
Your life, your wife, your dog, your truck, your boots, everything. Your buddy doesn't bang your best friend.
What?
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 Got my beer. I got my beer. I got my boots. I got my truck.
All right. Well, stadium country's horrible. I'll fight anybody that's got a problem with that. You can like what you want to like, but stadium country is just horrible. If you got a problem, then you should.
It's just
listen to the Bo Burnham song "Pandering" and tell me that it doesn't apply to you. And if it does, then you should look at yourself differently. If it doesn't, you don't care, then that's great that you got those rapey vibes. That's cool.
I feel like modern country is just like it's poppy. It's like pop country. Like
they found one day that your
Wait,
brain was chemically like entranced by the mandolin, and so somebody's like, let's use the mandolin in this slide guitar.
How do I get over it, Panda? Where are you at?
I'm nowhere near you guys.
Oh,
Panda's like, dude, you don't know my uncle's a country music star. No, I'm just kidding.
little did we all know.
It's like, stop crapping on my uncle. He's the
It's
fun
not his
one.
fault.
It's all your fault.
It's the label's fault. I promise.
They're making him an image he doesn't want to be. You don't understand. He used to never like
Have you ever seen the show Nashville? Okay.
You guys don't get free tickets now.
They used him for his body.
You know what goes right around your neck? This kerchief. Come here, neck beard. Wear this neckerchief. Yep, see that zombie knows exactly what's up. It's like,
I just think it's funny though how like I feel like a lot of the people that do country music are like super soft and they couldn't even like do what it would take to like run a farm or whatever. Not saying I could.
Besides if you like they play guitar, so that's a little bit harder to detect. I'd like to have a lineup of 20 guys that are in country music and have them all line up and turn their hands over and see how calloused they are.
Not even just that. I just feel like it would be funny to see what they do in a given day. Like, and
I have a loot gun over here.
That's a loot gun.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Does he got like a big chest on his back?
Yeah, it's level 37.
Yeah. We killed that guy. Oh, I'm rubber
I
banded.
was gonna say, I was just letting you guys know because I need help.
Loot gun! Loot gun.
I need something bigger.
He's gooning, man. He's straight gooning.
No, Dad, no. He's
2 levels higher than me.
I hope he's not gooning.
He'll eat my ass.
Bunch of damn pistols.
Holy shit. Level 37 there.
Yeah.
Loot gun.
Someone take it.
No, man.
I don't want
it. It's straight gooning.
Stop saying that.
It's like the episode of Rick and Morty where like she keeps saying like, I'm squanchy. He's like, don't say it like that. You're not allowed to say you're squanching. Well, I squanch my family.
Okay.
Ew.
Antidote recovered.
I have no idea, Pandas. I got all the way there, and then there was like a gate I couldn't get over, and I felt really stupid.
So, why can't I say gooning? Should I look that up all straight?
Yeah, you invest your personal time.
You know what?
I cut jobs.
For like saving me, I'm gonna get you a pack of gushers.
I love gushers.
Does it
Not really. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if it weren't
Love
for
Gusher.
nostalgia, I wouldn't love gushers. Like,
it's like Cracker Barrel cheddar, huh?
it's one of those things that I put it in my mouth, and I'm
You
like,
wanna
man,
spit it out?
I'm not really a big fan of this anymore.
Oh.
I almost feel a sense of regret putting it in my mouth
Wow.
in the first place. Like, I'm like, I don't know, the texture is comparable to like Play-Doh, if you've ever eaten Play-Doh. Shout out to my Play-Doh eaters out there.
Shout out to all my Play-Doh eaters out there, he said. When you got Play-Doh, anything goes.
Was that there?
Right, you can make your own food.
Yeah. But they shouldn't keep making it into appealing looking shapes if it's not meant to be eaten. Okay,
That
like,
was what they hoped was with all those different like shape making sets that you were
they
gonna
could
make, like,
force you to eat it.
You're gonna make your little Burger King Whopper, then like when nobody's around, just eat it. Your mom's like, "So where'd all your Play-Doh go?" And you're like, "Well, I kept mixing the colors and I threw it away."
Well, but because
Threw
they
it
have,
away, eh?
I remember getting like candy making sets that were kind of similar, like, but it was real candy and you could actually eat it.
Oh, badass.
Yeah, that guy killed me.
So I think it's kind of cool the similarities to Call of Duty Zombies, where you'll have like you can like make them a crawler and stuff. You know what I mean? You can like cap them off the waist, and they'll still like crawl around. And
It's Tankenstein, guys. Don't shoot him with electricity. It heals him. I keep forgetting that.
you're Tankenstein.
It's gonna destroy you.
Build us all.
Pandas.
So all my Play-Doh eaters out there, I don't think he meant that, guys. Just so you know, he's not encouraging me to use Play-Doh.
I mean, but there are so many people who have that I feel like that's a
But
pretty.
you know, if this stream gets 50 likes, you will get some.
No,
Play-Doh.
no. I'm not eating Play-Doh. I only did it once.
Oh, I volunteered you to do it.
Like I said, I didn't like do it consistently or anything. It was a one-time excursion.
What do you think, Pandas? Has he backed himself into a corner?
I'm not eating Play-Doh. You're eating
We've
Play-Doh.
got 50 likes on any stream. If we get 50 likes on a stream, you're gonna eat some damn Play-Doh.
This is child abuse.
You're not a child anymore. You're 18.
Hey, that's just abuse.
This is just
It's just straight bullying, and you tolerating it, I guess.
I'm not eating any Play-Doh.
You know I would not ever make you eat Play-Doh.
You're
Now.
eating a whole tub of mayonnaise.
Oh god. See, you talk about eating Play-Doh being bad. You making me eat a whole tub of mayonnaise is worse than any Play-Doh.
Could you do it though?
No.
But what if you had to?
Oh.
Like, what if it was like, if you didn't do it, then I would be in danger. I don't know what kind
What
of.
hypothetical question is this?
I don't know what
Guys,
kind
if
of
your son
kidnapper
was in
would.
danger, could you eat an entire pint of mayonnaise?
Could you?
Apparently, I don't know if I could. I mean, I would probably throw it up, and I guess my child would be at risk.
No, you'd be fine if you throw it up. You just have to get it down the first time.
What about tartar sauce, Bray?
I feel like that would be more manageable for some
I was
reason.
gonna say I can do mayo. I probably couldn't do mayo.
Hey, this is like I've thought this through.
It's not the same as pudding, Pandas. It's not like a big
Oh,
vat of vanilla.
Oh, I know,
pudding.
I know.
It's eggs and oil pudding.
Eggs and oil, man. You don't be eggs. You mini if you eat a whole pint.
Hey man.
That's a lot. That's
Hey,
good
completely.
protein, man. Bulking up with the mayonnaise real quick.
Yeah.
If I had to save someone, I got it. Oh god.
Yeah. Well,
He's like, if I gotta save someone.
it's good to know, Pandas. If I have,
If I ever, yeah.
if I'm ever tied to a chair and I get a phone call, I'll be like, I don't have his phone number, but if I can get a hold of him on Xbox, I know this guy that'll eat some mayonnaise.
He'll
to save
record
my
it
life.
for you.
He will
Save
record
us.
it and send
Yeah.
it to us. I promise.
He's got you. He's got my back. I'm just
You
saving
promised.
lives.
Yeah. God, I don't know what kind of like supervillain is like kidnapping people and like making
Now, if you do not
them
get somebody
eat
to eat the
mayonnaise.
entire contents of a cake before it's baked.
Oh.
It's the Duke's Mayo CEO is capturing people.
I would just
You will
never-
like my product.
Gosh, at least it's not. At least it's not. What's the nasty kind? Miracle Whip. God, I hate Miracle Whip. Don't sponsor us. I swear I won't take
Leave
you.
Miracle Whip alone.
No, it's so nasty. It's not mayonnaise.
Could you eat
You
the
talk
whole
about
contents
sweet
of the
mayo.
cake before
It's
you bake
sweet. Like you said, it's sweet.
Yeah.
Why don't I get to see this?
it? Hey, macaroni hat.
Look at me.
I
I'm
don't know
just.
why I don't show you any fucking.
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't know
get to
why
see
I
any of the
didn't show you
cool
any of
stuff. Cause I don't think I was over there. Maybe. How do you,
Macaroni
Level
hat.
38.
How do
Level
you-
38. Help me.
he has my macaroni hat. How dare he? This is my macaroni hat. You can't have it, Hank Reese. Blow him up.
He healed. He fucking
What?
healed.
He was so low. We almost had him. I'm nuking him down here.
He healed under the bullseye there.
This is disorienting a little bit. Clutch revive.
Yes. Don't tread on me.
He's not healing it this time. Ugh. Get him. Did you get him?
Yeah.
Good. Did you drop anything cool?
I don't know. I don't remember this part of it. Yeah. It's been a very long time. He dropped a
Corrosive artifact.
berserker freaking artifact.
This is
That's
an
hilarious.
incendiary.
No, it all.
Incendiary revolver. Does anyone want that?
You are.
You do.
I don't know.
The antidote was in a random trash can. Yay! Alright, let's invest these skill points real quick.
Oh yeah, I got some of those. Praise Faye.
Oh, me too.
Note: Bray loves when you don't spend skill points. It's one of his favorite things.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
loves to screen watch and be like, "Oh, you haven't spent your skill points."
It's fine if if it's 1 or 2, whatever. But we were playing one time and he had like 7 unspent skill points, and I was like, I was so upset with him.
He's min-maxing.
That's what I was saying. He was like,
He's
he
max
wanted
minning.
he wanted to turn them all in at the same time. It's like, I don't need these early game.
But that's what the
He's
internet
maximizing.
probably said. It probably told me that.
Minimalist run.
From my rockets on.
Somebody was asking me that when I was playing Iodine Chronicles earlier. He asked me if you could play like you have a 6-person party. He's like, can you play with less? And like the whole point is to recruit over 100 characters, and then still like you're gonna always use like 6 characters. He's like, can you play with less people? And I'm thinking, how do you tell them like the point is to play with people? But yeah, I think you can. Like, but man, you would be making that hard on yourself.
Yeah.
To know that, I mean, because there's certain points that will say, okay, put whoever you want in the party besides yourself, so you get to fill 5 slots out of a roster eventually of almost 100 people, and then you could actually just not put anybody in there and then just go off by yourself, and that would be just kind of really, like, suicidal.
Well, when the game is like meant for you to have so many companions.
You get all the experience points, so when you kill an enemy, if say it's worth 2,000 experience points, you would each get like 500 or whatever a piece. If it's 6 people, it's like, or if it's 3,000, you get like 500 a piece or whatever. So if you do it with one person, you get all 3,000 experience points. So you would probably max level quick as hell, but it would be really lonely because there's times that there's interactions that you'd be missing and all this other stuff, but I just thought, man, I don't know. I was also the guy that when I got a game back in the day, I would try to break it any way I could. Like, when I could first find out that you could sequence break Zelda, that was just when I was like the happiest thing ever, because I was like, you don't have to play this the same way every time.
Get out of your inventory, Dan.
I'm trying to find something to replace this Iridium cannon with.
Oh,
I
okay.
need a sniper on it.
Understandable.
Sorted by potential. Let's get out the here.
Hey, what are you doing?
What's your favorite Borderlands 2 DLC, Pandas?
Borderlands 2 DLC.
Okay, go ahead.
What is my favorite? Man, that's tough. It's Tiny Tina's Torg and Sandworm Nation.
That one's the worst. The last one you mentioned was the Oasis or whatever is the worst.
Yeah, Scarlet. You don't like that one? I don't
It's
like
mid.
whatchamacallit, Hammerlock. I don't like
I
Hammerlock.
don't like that
Hammerlock
one either.
sucks.
Those are the two
Fuck
worst.
it. I hate Witch Doctor.
All of the other ones, in my opinion, are good. I feel like everything else serves a purpose.
I appreciate Torg the most. Tiny Tina's is
It's
probably
good.
the most fun.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
And then I do really enjoy Scarlet's.
I don't know. I just feel like that one.
I don't know why.
I've only got halfway through it, so I feel like that could be why.
You'd be so
I
psyched.
really
when
like
you get to
Scarlet
Tiny
as a
Tina's
side
together. It's
character.
so fun.
I just really like the side characters in that
The
game. I just wish
characters
the
were
boss fight
good.
was more epic.
The characters were good. I just didn't like the weird vehicle or whatever.
Oh yeah, the skiff.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that. I feel like there were
Did
just
I
a couple
fuck up?
things that I didn't like that much. But I also spent so much time playing the Torg DLC, playing the Tiny Tina DLC.
Every time I come around to Torg, I instantly regret, like, why don't I play this more often? Like, I love this freaking DLC.
Yeah, he's amazing.
It just isn't he like 12 canonically or 13? Like, so,
Probably.
like
Explosion.
there's something his mom says, and it's like that he's like I don't know if it's just her being like silly and like not misremembering, but it's like he looks like he's like easily in his late 30s, early 40s. Like he is a older guy, and she's like, yeah, he's like 12 or like how
We're in the wrong area. We came here too early.
real
Yeah.
speed running.
The more zombies that are hitting you, the faster you will bleed out when you're down.
Oh,
No shit.
I'm dying.
Don't do
Oh,
that.
no.
I don't like losing my money.
Don't remind me. I haven't died this whole playthrough yet, and I'm like, I and my money. I probably need to go hit some upgrades. I'm probably missing some. No,
Yeah, he's canonically 43. I knew he was like late 40s, but his mother like in that DLC says some like goofy line about him being like in his teens. Like, I guess that just shows how out of touch she is.
Grandma Torg.
Or is it Grandma Torg?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I thought I was thinking it was Grandma, but I thought maybe it was his mom too.
I think it is his mom. I think it is his mom. I think I just always called her Grandma Torg.
Mama Torg.
Alright. This place not knocked now? Okay, it's our gallon. Okay.
Cool area.
Jesus Christ. Look how much this gun is.
That gun's $90,000.
No. $900,000.
$900,000.
Anybody got $1 million for this gun?
Oh, only half a million.
Only $500,000 over there. You're only rolling on $500,000.
Yeah.
That, my friends, is my main suggestion to you at this stage of the game. If we keep downing, is to try to shelter your money into physical assets. Buy a really expensive gun that you like quickly, because if not, you might not see that kind of money without selling a bunch of stuff for quite a while. We need to get the hidden Jacob's machine in here turned on. I don't even remember where the hell that is, but I know there is one in here.
Holy side mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do some of those.
I mean, there isn't really like a urgency to do anything specific, so we can really do whatever we want in whatever order we want. So anything that looks appealing, we just go for it. That's the cool thing about this. It's kind of a sloppy DLC. It's kind of like you just open up another hub and just let you just dick around a little bit more. It's not super structured. I don't remember it being super structured. So just look at the board, whatever you get a taste for.
I mean,
start getting into
pandas
it.
you can pick. Whatever we're currently tracking.
Just keep going to what we're doing. Whatever was boat found, lab open.
Seems.
I got I'm gonna be off the mic for just a bit.
Yeah. All right. I just
I'm
keep,
still listening.
don't take that turn. I keep dying. I've done that a couple times now.
Safety first.
I'm stupid.
You're fine. I brought to the attention of the Jacobs Corporation that Pops has not spent a skill point, even though he spent 3 of them. This is why I don't spend them, because I just get...
You also don't use your ability. I never see you using it.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
usually like because it doesn't like recharge ultra fast. I kind of just wait until a super sense of urgency. I wait till my shield broke. I wait till like there's reasons.
Okay, I mean that makes sense. I just use mine as soon as it recharges every time. I guess the play styles for our characters are also not the same.
A little bit different. Little bit. Yeah.
If you have money right now, I would just still be up. I always spend all my money on the ammo upgrades.
I think I'm caught up on all my upgrades.
Well, there's new ones here.
Like new ones?
Yeah,
Like new?
look.
I don't see anything yet.
On Dad's screen, there's literally nothing here.
What the fuck? What?
That's wild. Yeah, on Dad's screen, there's literally nothing right here.
What the hell? That was weird.
Little loading issue.
Hopefully it'll pop in now.
How come I remember this part, but I don't remember taking out that werewolf? Like, man, my memory's fuzzy.
I have not done
This DLC.
this in so long.
Dad
Yeah, I
just
think it's
doesn't
been
get
at least
those.
10
I just don't get these vending machines. Okay, use. It says use.
The textures just aren't there. That's weird.
Wow.
That's so weird.
Okay, I don't want
Good
that.
job, Borderlands.
It's funny, but what if there was like a really good weapon in one of those machines and you could just like not see it? Alright, I've realized that this shock pistol that I have is just kind of falling off.
There they are.
Yay.
Yay.
I don't really have anything to replace it with though.
Alright. Explosions?
I'm the concierge. I'm taking you up the elevator.
With your freaking noodle hat.
Yeah, those guys are trying to jack my style. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, that's not cool.
We
You're
had to
rocking
take
that
him out
gold.
for that very reason. Like, I'm an OG noodle hat wearer. Like,
This is Johnny come lately.
yeah, I don't eat my noodles. I wear them.
You throw a turret, I throw a turret. Ants zombies? Oh my gosh, I barely remember it. One of those places called Dead Haven or whatever.
Yeah,
So
this
they,
place
like-
sucks.
Yeah, this place is brutal. So it's gonna throw his lances. I remember those. Zombies that can throw turrets is crazy.
Like, who came up with that?
I don't know, you ain't got that on Call of Duty though.
Hell no, you don't.
That'd be brutal. Unless you want to talk about the Sturmkrieger from
I'm stuck.
Vanguard.
I guess I have to bleed out. Holy shit.
Taking this. Is it a pistol or a freaking revolver? Okay, good, it's a revolver.
Oh, here's the lab.
Got an explosive revolver now, I'm not gonna be stopped. Where did you go?
In the
Oh,
lab.
okay, downstairs. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Don't need this anymore.
What kind of zombie eats raisins and muffins?
Me.
You're a zombie, Candace?
If I was,
We didn't know this whole time that we were playing a game for the zombie.
I thought I told you one day.
You say, oh, I thought I told you. I'm actually a zombie. I crave flesh. Blair.
Yeah, new grenade. I'm happy. Contact grenade.
I've been using the same grenade for a while.
Finally got a better one. Yeah, the one I was rocking, that transfusion was strong. I was just rocking that, it's keeping me alive.
Alright. And here's that deal.
Reorient satellite dish. Please commence cowering in terror from zombie presence.
Moving on.
Dish position. Or at least close enough. Transmission commencing on 56K connection. Please wait.
56K connection. Alright.
Golden balls are heavy for
Yay, Achievos! Love Achievos. It's so satisfying.
You guys got an achievement for what?
Jacob's fodder. Oh shit, Tankenstein. Just being a
Nice.
badass up in his face. Oh, hi Tankenstein.
Check it out, check it out.
Thanks for killing me, Tankenstein.
Good stuff.
A white gun, huh?
Oh, now I got the achievement.
There
Took
you
a
go.
while to pop.
That's a little bit. Hey, it's a lot better than trying to shop from invisible vending machines. So, there's that. You could be doing that.
Sounds like some kind of booty to me, bro.
I'll tell you the reason why I opened everything around me, though, man. I found a legendary gun in a toilet one time, and I was like, okay, bet. Opening everything now. Oh, cool. So, yeah, I'm still running. Check it out. See? You see me still running, bro?
Dad might have to rejoin the game. He's
Oh,
lagging
no,
out.
wait, I just snapped back to reality.
Can I get another audio test, Pandas?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn my.
Swiggity, so we have
Wish my AirPods were working. I don't know what's going on.
I looked at that
Fully
guy's
charged.
barf at me. Mr. Potato Head.
You can turn our voices up a little louder.
Okay.
We're a little muffled.
Me and Dad too.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah, all of our voices are a little quiet.
How about that?
How about
Okay.
that? Oh,
There we go.
goes
It's a lot
sirening
better.
around. Jeez.
What about game sound? It's not too loud, is it?
Gotcha.
For real? Okay, what are they missing here?
You can probably turn the game down a smidge, or our voices a little louder.
I'll just turn the game down on my end.
Okay. And I'm coming through a little louder than you guys. I don't know if that.
Okay, you're coming in through louder.
Yeah, slightly.
And I can turn the game down. Noted. So turn that to like
Hey,
there.
Panda,
Yo.
come over here.
Wait, can I turn us down? Can I turn it down overall and then turn the game
Check this
up?
thing out. Look at this.
Oh, hey, where's Mike? I'm gonna let you down.
That's a flesh wound. Oh, that was funny.
That is perfect, Rick.
Oh man.
We just had to survive. That's what we were supposed to do.
Oh, I didn't survive.
That took a weird amount of time to pop off.
How do we get over there?
I don't know. That's what I kept saying. That's why I was like, I'm bored.
Bray was the only one over there.
Yeah, I was over there. There was nothing to do, and I just survived.
Use your jerk powers to go over there.
Ew. Phrasing.
Sirens are jerks.
Crazy.
Phrasing. What's those noises? Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
What the hell?
Bray, show us how to get back.
I'm just lost. Let me use my jerk powers.
I can't talk about why sirens are jerks until we get further in these games. You'll find out, right? I mean, if you're watching
It's
this
over
series
here,
for the
you
first time, you'll
jerks.
find out, right? You're either gonna think sirens are the greatest thing ever, or you're gonna be like, what a bunch of fucking jerks. A bunch of
That's where we
pretentious.
came from, isn't it?
I don't. You know, pandas.
You were the only one over there, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's all
I got
I'm saying.
lost. Okay, I got lost.
Okay, man. Oh, shoot.
This guy doesn't look like he's doing too well.
The guy on the table there, I'm sure he's not really doing it a whole lot of anything.
This guy is like it.
Is Classic shotgun even good that I could put? No? Can I get something actually strong enough so I can swap this thing out? I mean, this thing's good, but I could use an upgrade.
I need a better pistol than this one. This is like a maze, man. Okay, we have to go out here.
Yes, sir, sirdy, sir. Oh, here's some more sirs. Oh, a fun chest.
Then we go
A
around.
fun chest. Nope.
I already opened a red chest, so I figured I'd let you get that one.
Sweet, I opened a hidden
Oh,
chest
come
and
on.
looked out. I'll get you, bro. I'm out of there. I'm scared.
Great
Okay.
I
big
ate you and Bloodwing.
7,200.
You damn drunk, Mordecai. Mordecai's a drunk.
Hanging out with Rick
Oh,
for
yeah.
too long. I'd be a drunk too.
You silly. that laugh is funny as fuck. Okay. Travel initiated. Back to Jacob's Cove. Whoa!
But like this typical episode would be like Mordecai telling him why they need to be responsible. Rigby telling him how he's not going to pull his weight. Mordecai getting frustrated about it and slacking off too, and then both getting in trouble. It's really just Rigby's fault for being fucking lazy.
But
Like,
Rigby
what a great
Rigby has one of the best character arcs in all of TV.
Yeah, and that's the sad part. He actually has growth and redemption for his character, whereas Mordecai stagnates.
He stays as an asshole.
Which unfortunately I think more is because it's a reflection of the creator making Mordecai himself. And he probably doesn't feel like he grew as much as a person. Yep.
Introspection.
Yep, we're talking about regular show.
How could you not know regular show?
You never know, man.
Even I know regular show.
There could be some listeners that don't know regular show or never even take it that deep. Regular show is pretty fun until it just gets super redundant about Mordecai not being able to get over his relationship issues, which is probably the reason why I stopped liking most bands.
Yeah.
The lead singer can't get over his ex-girlfriend and makes too many albums about it. Fuck you.
Explosion. Taylor Swift?
Incubus? Like, yeah, it's just, man, you can't stop making music about how I'm not over my relationship. Like, thanks for taking me along for the ride at $16 a CD, plus not to mention if I buy merch or go to your show.
Like how bad can you feel when you have all my money? Like
I'm so sad, I ran out of money, so I got another guy, and then I dated him, then I dumped his ass. Wrote some more poetry, and now I'm making another CD.
Don't shit on my art!
I'm an artist, damn it! I made the color red lipstick very popular again.
I'm a motherfucking lyrical genius.
Yeah.
Van Gogh cut off his ear, you don't even know!
It's all a publicity stunt.
Oh man.
And now medic Roland. Medic Roland. Oh no, dead Roland. Ah.
That's no good.
That's what you get for being Kevin Hart.
No. Death?
I guess, man.
I guess. I mean, spoilers, but.
Spoiler alert.
No.
No! Hashtag no! It's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you know about the Final
why did
Fantasy.
we-
I don't
why
know if you
did
know
I
about
do that?
the Final Fantasy VII franchise, Pandas, but like that game's like 25 years old. And there's like a big twist on it. It's like, if you get that spoiled for you, like,
I did.
25 years old. That's a quarter of a fucking century.
Yeah, but I don't know. When I got spoiled, when I got that spoiled from me, it wasn't even like.
I still guard it like it's a secret or some shit, but I think it's funny. It's like a quarter of a century is a long time.
But yeah, not when you're younger. Like not when you like just started
But
playing
that's like-
games and like you weren't like I don't know like. I couldn't handle maturity-wise a RPG for a while. Like I didn't have the patience for something like that. So to be once I finally was of that maturity, I had already had that part of the game spoiled for me. So I don't know.
I don't know. It's like, I guess it's like telling a kid that fast food's bad for you. I guess you're supposed to just not do that, right? That's a spoiler.
No,
Spoiler alert.
should-
Fast food's bad for you.
that's not the same. I was always told fast food was bad for me.
Oh, my
I
generation
guess
was told that fast food's a treat.
I guess I never.
Shut the fuck up and I'll take you to McDonald's.
McDonald's, where happy memories are made.
Dude, when I went to McDonald's, they had a little staircase just for me to walk up so I could go get like waist high to the counter and ask them for free cookies, and they would give them to you. See, that's just
'Cause
like
they love
pandering
you.
and making the kids so
No,
happy
because they
that,
love
that
you.
They just don't stop bugging their parents to go to McDonald's.
And look at their commercials. Like it's literally like they associate the feeling of happiness with
Well,
going to
Not
McDonald's. Like
anymore. Not anymore. It's gray and it's white it's not.
It's so
happy.
monochrome.
It's all
right.
monochrome. Like, and also back in the day, like if you were a good kid and you were good throughout your child pediatric visit, you were given a coupon for a free Happy Meal. So right after you went to the doctor, your parents would take you right over to fucking McDonald's. So it's just like they're feeding right into the system. Like,
Bro, my dentist was right next to McDonald's. So it's like,
Right?
We'll
Like-
take you to the dentist, or we'll take you to McDonald's. Then.
Right.
Okay. It's like an
Hell
incentive.
yeah.
But then it's
Crack
also,
incentive.
but yeah, and it's like your parents then get it wired into their routine. Like, okay, what's a treat to him?
Yeah.
Ooh, a Happy Meal's a treat. Okay, if you're
Exactly.
good for the rest of this trip and you don't say shit and shut the fuck up on this car ride, I'll take you to McDonald's. And so basically, you buy your kids silence for $3 fucking dollars. Like, your kid shuts the fuck up for 3 hours for $1 an hour. You're a genius.
Yeah, and yeah, we're playing the OG Borderlands. It's aged like something.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I mean, it's aged. It's aged like leftovers in the fridge, right? You still want to eat it, but it's just not as good as when you initially had it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
if
that's
it's
like
chili, then it's good.
this isn't
Yeah,
leftover
Chinese,
chili.
then it's good.
And this
think
is
it's
no
always fun.
leftover chili. This is like,
This is nachos.
Oh, I couldn't imagine going for leftover nachos. Like,
Take my nachos, just put it back in the microwave.
my grandma would do it. My grandma reheats the most absurd things,
See all
like
the nachos stuck together because it kind of went nacho.
like things that don't even need
Yes.
need reheated.
I'm here for all life's questions. I have all the-
Man, am I the only one that hasn't played? Damn, that heart cuts things off. Yeah,
You're joined in when we're in a DLC after the main campaign, so there's really nothing spoiled for you. For the main campaign, if you do want to see that, we did play through
we
all
have
of it.
all of it in the playlist if you'd like to go and watch that.
But as far as this goes, it's one of the DLCs available afterwards where we're just on a zombie-filled island and we're trying to find out what's going on, why there's an outbreak, find out the source of it. And that's kind of what we're doing, just shooting zombies and talking about all kinds of different crazy stuff because it's late.
Yeah, just having a fun late night stream.
But we did play through
Yeah.
all of it in about 6 different playthroughs. So you can watch the
Yeah, those are all
the
up on the
entirety of
channel.
the main campaign if you'd like. And we'd definitely appreciate if you would check that out. And if you don't, because you don't want it to be spoiled, it's a very fun time and highly suggested.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun romp if you haven't played it.
No spoilers about the ending, but it's a happening.
Anticlimactic.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying personally.
Hey guys, I got a brand new shiny anticlimactic game to sell to you.
Yeah.
Just polish this guy off. Hey, check this out. This is a big
What
boatload of
Borderlands have you played,
anticlimactic.
Andrew? You played 2, 3? I played and beaten the main game already, but to be honest, I forgot it all. Yeah, bro, there's some of the stuff.
It's kind of
that
forgettable, some of the parts of the main game.
I knew what I was doing for the most part, but it was fuzzy to me, and like half of this DLC has been fuzzy to me already, so in at least a decade since I've seriously played this game.
Yep.
Has it really been that long
Yeah, for real.
since this came out?
Oh, it's been more than
It's been
that.
15 years.
yeah.
This came out in 2007.
15 years?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
given
16 years, 17 years.
that's crazy. Like,
So you a little more forgiving.
yeah. But like I said, it's like leftovers. It was probably much better 15 years ago than it is now.
100%.
with all-
This was revolutionary.
But now that we have access
Spawned
to
a whole genre, man. Looter shooter genre.
like the fact that
Yeah.
we have all the other Borderlands now, like I don't know, like once I play through this, I don't know if I'll come back.
Oh, you wouldn't. I just wanted you
Yeah,
last
most
time we even
likely.
talked about it. Just wanted you to get through it for like the being able to appreciate it for what it is before it's so dated that you don't go back to it. And if you would have known stuff about the ending, you probably would have not even wanted to play it. Honestly. I don't watch-
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, Borderlands 2 is fire. I mean,
I don't watch
I've-
movies that I find out they have a mediocre ending. I usually don't even watch them then. I don't waste my time, let alone play something that's going to take over a dozen hours to beat.
Right.
but for the mechanics and just to appreciate it for how it's, you know, come along. And
But I've beat Borderlands 2 multiple times, and I would gladly do it again.
because it's just
It's
Jack is
one of the
just
most
so much
replayable
fun.
games in
I agree.
history. Like they did such. It's a masterpiece.
Jack is like, it's like a good movie where you want to come along for the ride and hang out with the villain. It's even better when it's a good series that you want to come along and hang out with the villain for a while and just like, yeah. And plus he's got a good backstory where you just
Yeah,
like,
Andrew agrees.
you know,
Borderlands 3 had every opportunity to take the compelling replayability of Borderlands 2 and the dark humor of Borderlands 1 and put it together, and they chose not to. That's where Borderlands 3 fit.
I couldn't agree with that statement more. That's wrapped up right in an attractive little bow for that. That's true.
But the game, the gunplay is perfectly fine. It's fun.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
But it's just not, the story doesn't carry it enough.
I said that earlier in the stream where I'm talking about when I was playing Iron Chronicle earlier. Not to shamelessly plug that, but I was talking about that, about how you can have the greatest mechanics in the world for a game, and if the characters aren't compelling and the story and the world building is not compelling enough, it doesn't really matter. I like gameplay. Gameplay is king, right? But also, if I'm in a narrative driven thing, then I do care about that. And when that's all hollow and doesn't have any type of depth to it,
Andrew's
there's no
played 3
growth.
times as Krieg the Psycho. I want to.
Yes.
I think, I don't know. I kind of want to play Krieg. No, Dad's playing Krieg next time. Because we're forcing him to not play Zero like he's played for every single playthrough he's ever played the game.
So we just talked about doing Skyrim and playing the same playthrough every time.
Yeah, we were joking about how we shouldn't play Skyrim the same way that we. Where's Skag?
Yeah, where's guys, bro?
Krieg is awesome.
Not bad. I didn't even know you were down. Oh, you weren't down.
Yeah, Dad's gonna play Krieg and it'll be his first time. I think he'll love it. I think I'm gonna play Gunzerker Salvador. I've never
It still
played
needs
Salvador.
melee characters, so
Hella
it's fun.
aggressive, and that's my style. I get that. I feel like some
Yeah.
games I want to play hella aggressive, and then other games I want to play passive. But for shooters,
Like, I wanna
typically,
play-
I want to be aggressive.
I want to play Borderlands, like I play God of War.
Yeah.
Oh. Look at God of War, and you'd be like, oh, I can't save you now.
Yeah, once
They're on my
they
backlog.
kept the
God of
ramp up
War
on
games.
that, you know, every time you down and get saved, each time they're like, oh yeah, let's see if we get up from this next one.
Let's see, I've only played the first 3 God of Wars. I haven't played 4. Did Ragnarok come out yet? I haven't played that.
Yeah.
yet.
Played 1 and 2, and I enjoyed them both.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I've seen a little bit of Ragnarok, and I disagree with the take that Kratos shouldn't be able to evolve as a character and be a father. I just think that's a bad take.
What do you mean, Braden? The person that made the game, David
Well, he's
Jaffe,
he's a
thinks that's
jackass.
horrible.
Was he the same guy who like got stuck on Metroid Prime?
Yeah.
Like, have you seen that?
Hey,
There's like
Jaffe, I'm calling you out, buddy.
there's the most simple like, hey, break these blocks and there's a hidden area up here, but it's like in the most obvious way, and he's like, man, where am I supposed to go? And he was literally complaining about bad game design when it was like he didn't think with his brain. Like, I don't know. I think it's like, but he's also like, he also is gonna hate on God of War because he's not the creative lead on it anymore, and it's not his vision.
Oh,
anymore.
I'm not running Sony Santa Monica anymore. I'm David Jaffe. I'm
We
sorry.
smoked this DLC. I ain't gonna lie. I think we're on the last mission. I just realized the
Yeah.
objective.
Hell yeah! Well, it's the first and last stream of this DLC. I mean, well, we played a little bit at the end of the last episode, but man, or the last stream.
I
But
told you it was really more of like a playground to do all the side quests on here and
yeah,
some missions, get some more loot.
it's been fun.
Not super.
I'm just excited to get to Borderlands 2. I feel like that's. I'm sure you guys kind of feel the same way. This is awesome though. This
A
DLC is
little bit, but General Knox's DLC, I almost feel like it's a must play.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
oh
for
yeah.
sure.
I've definitely I heard good things about that DLC as well.
Well, we're definitely not
It's
done
just a
with this
little
for
long,
sure.
so I think that should be like its own stream because it's a longer DLC.
Oh, all right, Andrew said he'll be right back. Take your time, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I hollered at him in the middle of the night.
I gotta freaking run all the way back there. Jeez. Where's an awesome vehicle so I can get snagged on a texture on the way there?
Oh, I killed that? Oh, okay, good. I thought I killed her on I try to do my best to lay off shooting as soon as I see something go down.
We are just smoking these guys.
Yeah, and they're all our level too. Like, we are in good weaponry right now.
All right, I'm gonna travel
it
this to
should
the next
be.
area.
Like, we hit the box like 30 times. It better be damn good weapons, but
Yeah, it took long enough.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a Borderlands goon, so like I'll be running multiple playthroughs of this like offline, just on my different characters. Cause
Oh, you're fine.
this brought me back into the world,
You're definitely fine.
but I'm definitely not gonna burn myself out. Like I'll definitely slow down if I feel like I'm burning myself out.
Right, I
do wanna
tend to
make fresh content.
I
Well,
tend to be
also
able
the
to
fact that-
call myself out when I'm at that point where I'm burning myself out.
Well, the fact
Continue
that
to-
you spent a full month doing real life stuff, so, like you definitely don't want to not be able to enjoy your gaming time. So I understand that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was gonna say I came back hot, though, that's for sure. Yeah, I couldn't stop the gaming for like a week.
Hell yeah.
Finally got in some baseball today with the homie. Felt good. My first game this year.
I love that.
We've been grinding a lot of basketball, so it's a good switch up. Oh, story time.
Turns out he's a
Oh,
bad guy.
sorry, time's over.
Who knew?
Well,
Well,
Claptrap was trying to warn us.
he's gonna love this rocket launcher I've got for him.
Oh,
It's just
wow.
like the inside jokes that they write for this. Like that's still him piggybacking off of being pissed that one of his interns was making microwave popcorn when he was talking to somebody. Like so, he's just like still not over it.
You guys shooting at? Oh.
He ran away.
Maybe the bad guy. Oh my gosh, he smoked me. Oh, I killed myself.
This
Hell
rocket
yes.
launcher is so
Level
damn
39,
OP,
huh?
dude.
Biggie, I'll let you out in a second, bro. Chill. Sorry, my bad.
Someone
about
else should get
done.
the satisfaction. I just shit on him the whole time. This rocket's too OP. It burns. Get him, Dad.
Huh?
Dad
Oh,
literally
yeah.
got the res. It's a 1-point achievement. Killed Ned, sort of.
It's not over yet, bud.
Holy fucking shit.
Holy shit. Killed Dr. Ned again.
Yeah, that was a 1-point achievement we just got.
In the hole.
So if you wanted to have an odd number right here, you could just not kill this other version.
Yo.
It's actually gonna round me out. It's gonna round me out to 45,500 gamer score.
Am I gonna finally not be on that weird? I'm not on 6 anymore. That's awesome.
I'm at 2 instead of 1.
Yeah, this is actually gonna be my 10th. That's crazy.
But it's gonna fuck it up again. Because they're trolls. They're trolly-oli-olis.
I should spend my skill point. Dad,
Are we in hell?
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, I gotta
eat
use
this,
that skill
undead
point?
Ned. Don't like this heavy artillery, do ya?
Scorpio turret has a chance to instantly revive nearby crippled friends when deployed. Increases your resistance to bullet damage. Look at that shit. 42% chance of instant revival.
That's awesome.
It's crazy. Hurt.
Wow.
Should I just be axing the next one? Should I just go commando the whole time?
I mean, you could.
Going commando. I'm usually medic Maya, like whenever I play multi, but I think I'm gonna switch it up. We were just saying don't play Skyrim at the same time 1,000 times.
Yeah, that's a good example because I feel like a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, I do every time. I'm usually medic Maya. If I'm not zero, I'm medic Maya. So
Yeah, I'm zero every time. That's the thing is I was same as Dad, so like I've done Krieg once. So I have switched it up. I'm trying to make my way down there. It respawned me really far away.
save me. Oh, you are. Touch revive. My turret will heal you if you stay in its circle. Oh, we're gonna attack our zombies. Hello.
I'm coming, fellas.
I'm coming home. Oh yeah, we can't sing that song.
He's like,
You're up from the artist.
That was like all buns.
"50 more rockets." Like, the rocket capacity is wild.
Yeah.
I feel like they almost
They
nerf it
definitely
in
balance that,
Borderlands
yeah.
too. Yeah, this has been OP. Undead Ned. What was the achievement?
Ned's undead baby. Undead Ned.
Oh, there goes my rounded up. Now I'm back on to 6.
Yes, whatever you say.
I
So
love
you killed
Marcus.
Dr. Zed.
Oh,
I thought his name was Ned.
so
Yeah.
they were stopped. Thanks to the courageous fall pandoras.
And me!
Good boy.
Well,
Alright.
you,
That
big
was Dr.
time
Ned.
widow.
That was awesome.
It's a fun little side DLC. They have like, yeah, quite a bit of fun side quests, but the zombies get overwhelming. Once you've
Ooh,
killed,
did we
like,
get an orange drop?
100,000 of them.
No.
No,
It
that,
did not.
yeah, there's
There's a
also-
shotgun here.
Let me know when you're collected that loot, and I will FTS.
Yeah, for sure. That was awesome. We gotta. I can't believe we beat that DLC already.
Yeah.
If we hadn't have started it on the last one, and we did a couple of the big steps first.
Well, it's essentially just a little two-parter, but I'm just glad it was. I feel like we got a good bit of time in this stream for sure, and then we'll wrap it up at the end and do some side quests just for get some leveling. I think that'll help for when we go into the next one. You know, get us closer
Oh, you're
to
back?
level 40.
Well, you just missed the end.
Well, that's probably for the best. No spoilers.
Stuff.
Yeah, we beat the DLC.
Yeah, we finished that off, so we're
Missions.
gonna do some side questing, and you know, then next stream we'll likely start the new area.
Yeah, General Knox, and we can put a nice little bow on Borderlands 2, most likely. I mean, Borderlands 1.
Yeah, then then we'll be moving on to Borderlands 2, and I mean, hopefully by the time we get to 3 or pre-sequel, the movie will actually be out. I don't know when the projected date for that is, because that's kind of the topical thing that we've been referencing throughout the time we've been playing Borderlands.
It's supposed to release between August and November. I'll have to look.
August and November, okay.
Yeah, I think it was like November 5th, to be honest, but I might have seen an August release. Wait. remembered off the top of my head. Okay, let's see. Can we ignore quests in this one? Okay, Jacob. Olive. Find and kill the mythical pumpkinhead.
Yay, Pumpkinhead! It's our early Halloween celebration because this is a Halloween DLC. Nobody else is doing this right now. I don't think I've ever watched anybody play this game. To be honest, I've pretty much only watched people play Borderlands 2 and 3. I don't really mind spoilers too much, plus I might forget about this ending since I have other priorities. That's real. Man, seeing this UI is a bit nostalgic, even though I played this like a year or two ago. Yeah, it definitely has some nostalgia to it. Where do we go now, Pandas? Do you know?
I don't know.
We should probably fast travel, I guess.
Yeah, if there's a station there.
No, that just travels us into the next area, which was where we just came from.
You have to go all the way back then, so.
That's some bullshit.
Gotta love the lands.
Backtracking. There's a dead claptrap. Do you want to do that real quick?
Sure.
Get some more backpack space.
Sure. Where did they put this? Are they?
They're fucking with us.
Oh my god, you can go back here? Like what?
Alright, I'm gonna run back to the claptrap. That was not what I was expecting.
That's obscure.
Did you guys just see that pop up for a second and then go away?
No, I wasn't paying attention. I was gonna say, if you wait for the claptraps, they take you to a
Dude,
chest.
who else is hyped for Borderlands 2? I know I've said that so many times, but like I haven't played Borderlands 2 in probably 6 years since I last played it for real. So, and also like I've said, like I play Zero every time, just like Dad, and I'd like to actually change things up and play, you know, Salvador, be able to play Gunzerker, dual wield and stuff. And it holds up very well. I agree, Andrew. I'm glad to see you in multiple streams, Andrew. You're like, it's just nice to see that you show up consistently. Like every time I see your name, I'm happy because, like, I don't know, you recognize the people who regularly show up and stream. Like Panda's here. I mean, Panda's literally is a regular on the channel, and he started playing this with us a while ago, and it's been just so fun to have just another friend to play with. I feel like I look at our whole community as a group of friends, so it's just nice to have. It almost helps with the fact that me and Dad kind of have both fallen out with our online friend groups, and like instead of putting time towards trying to find new online friends, you know, our community here is just, it acts like that. Anyone who wants to play can come and play with us.
You guys play a crazy variety of streams or games, so
oh yeah,
it's like little something for everybody, and I'm sure, like, you know, someone sees it live and they're like, oh, I like that game. Like, it's a bit, you know, Eventually, you're gonna get a whole group of people that are just down to
Play anything.
watch or play anything. Yeah, like
Well, like me and Dad have talked about before, we're trying to get a BioShock 2 community for either Steam or Xbox 360 going, where so we can have kind of like a private server situation going, where because it takes like 6 people to start a lobby and the community's near dead. As far as
there's
like
the
online
BioShock
support
2
goes.
has online.
Yeah, and
Is
then
it
they
online campaign or like what's it about?
it's a multiplayer.
Okay.
like-
It's
and
like a versus.
like COD. Yeah.
it's like a versus.
That's
a
crazy.
bunch of
And like
different
you can like
modes.
find the Big Daddy suit and like be the Big Daddy for a little bit during the
crazy.
multiplayer. It's really fun too. Like me and Dad played with a couple of my friends years ago, and we literally played with the person who's #1 in the world on 360
I'm
servers.
still freaking stuck
Wow.
in the boards, man, to find
Yeah,
fresh people to turn away from keeping the game alive.
yeah, and like every time he joined, like he made it so my friends wanted to stop playing because he was so damn good. Like.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, like I said before, Dad won't stop talking about it until it happens. So I assure you, we'll eventually be playing some BioShock 2 multiplayer in 2024, and that's gonna be a surreal experience. Cause it was really fun. I mean, as far as like mechanics go, it was really enjoyable the last time we played it, and I just can't. I can't believe when they remastered, they did the remakes of BioShock 1 and 2, and then they didn't remake, or they remade the multiplayer in full and then didn't implement it. They decided they didn't want to implement it and keep the servers up. Like, that's ridiculous. They didn't see the demand for it.
Wow.
Yeah, you definitely want to have a fixed controller by the time that we did that, though, Andrew, because it's really input intensive as far as like trying to do multiple things at once and stuff. And if you're constantly walking backwards, it's not gonna. You would just be like a number to get it going, and that wouldn't be fair to you.
Right, I totally get that. But yeah, we'll do it on 360. I think I didn't know if it was up or not still, since the whole online stuff got shut down more recently. I think at least some of it.
Travel us if we get there.
I think it was a lot of EA games that people were saying got shut down.
I know the last
Yeah,
couple times we
yeah.
tried
EA
loading
is
into
all
it, it
about
didn't work.
shutting old games down.
What-
Yeah.
Which is
They're
horrible.
the worst.
Oh yeah, or removing them from the Steam store so nobody gets access to them anymore.
Yeah, they did the same thing with Microsoft, like old old Madden games and old like Tiger Woods games.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't play. And since like they removed the Tiger Woods licensing, like you can't even like find those anymore. It's
Unless
kinda,
you
like, wild.
and people say all this shit about physical media,
Mhm.
whereas with a physical game, even if it's on like a disc for PC, you still can play that shit. I mean,
Oh yeah, and if you have the digital version of the pre-sequel for the 360, good luck with that, 'cause that's gone. Completely gone from my inventory, so can't even find it.
oh
on
yeah,
Microsoft
there was
anymore.
stuff that was completely just like unaccessible when me and Dad got our 360 and started re-downloading stuff. Like,
Crazy, man. It's just
yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of wild to me. Like the fact that
like
they it's you don't own anything unless you like that. That's why I do
Yeah.
advocate for physical media, and I'd love to see an industry shift where we come back to physical media and respect it a lot more. If I'm paying $70 for a game, I want a damn manual. I want a physical book. I'd like
yeah.
I almost feel like I'm buying like a deluxe edition at that point, so I should be getting some physical things to hold too. I mean, that's like I will always advocate for that. Like
And it's like when I'm spending $100 on your super deluxe mega pack on Call of Duty, can you send me like a poster or something? Like,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. Like you have my email address, you have like every all my digital imprinting for like everything, so it can
give me a
you compensate me a
wallpaper
little bit?
for my computer, something like.
You can have a wallpaper for your phone.
it's like shit, I'll even pay the shipping and handling. Like just fucking give me something.
Right, I agree.
We're crying out loud.
There used to be like so much stuff you'd get for a deluxe edition, and now it's kind of nothing.
Sorry to go on a crazy rant.
No, but
No,
I mean,
you're-
we're
you're
all
right, though.
gamers, and we all are invested in games. So none of us want to see
Frustrating, man.
the industry like shift in a negative way.
Like, I don't achievement hunt as hard as I used to, but when I do in the achievement hunting mode, I go back and I'm like, when I see something like I'm missing 400 gamer score from the pre-sequel and I want to play it and I can't even play it, it's like, oh, I have to buy a physical disc and I have to go find it on Amazon
Or
at a
go
pawn
buy the
shop
new
or-
version. Like,
Yeah, and it's just like, what the hell? Yeah, and it's like, okay, yeah, I can re-achievement hunt on the Xbox One version, but what if I want to do both?
right?
Right.
What if I'm a 100%er? Like, I just can't 100% that game? Okay, cool. Like,
They don't even
Fantastic.
give you the option.
yeah.
I
don't
agree.
know, it's frustrating.
Especially because like you gave them your money. Like I think
Yeah,
the trust has
paid
just
for the
been
game.
broken. But the worst part is they always cover their ass in their end user agreement. They do it every
Yeah.
time. They can
Because they knew this day was gonna come. They
Yeah,
knew this.
yes. That's exactly the problem is there never should have been a plan to do that kind of thing. It's vindictive. It's legitimately vindictive. Like you should not be doing that to your consumers.
It frustrates me because Sony was the first people to kind of fucking do that. They were the first company to get rid of instruction manuals, and then everybody's like,
Yeah. Why
oh,
did
we
we
can-
stop? Why
we
did
can
we
do
stop
that
having
now?
full art instruction manuals?
all because they're saving the environment by putting a
My
a
ass.
QR code.
I
for you to
never get
scan.
rid of that shit.
You can scan a
But
QR
how about
code.
you pay one of your artists to do their job, like they actually want to do, which is why they got into passionate. Like that's why they got into the gaming industry.
Yeah,
was to-
literally the only thing they're doing at this point is the concept art to help push the game in general, and then they're not even utilized
Exactly.
anymore.
or go help, the game testers.
Yep.
Like, do
Ru-
this and just supervise and do
Yep.
nothing with your.
Or make some
friggin-
sort of vague sketch that's gonna help like them implement stuff in some other way. Like it's not like it used to be where like there's an archive of images. Like I've looked at for when making thumbnails, I use official art, right? And some games have so little official art that was pushed out. It's absurd to me, like the fact that they didn't have more things that were coming internally from these studios, like Borderlands.
agree.
This game in particular, 1 to 3 official screenshots. That's it. No more, no less. No official PNGs aside from the logo. There's not like so little of an art footprint or like even like a advertising footprint of this game. It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
there's the 3 screenshots are the base screenshot of the whole crew, the Halloween update, and then like the shot on the train. That's it. Those are the only ones that they even like officially made for the marketing for the stores, PlayStation, Xbox, and whatever other stores it was marketed on. Like, and that's just so absurd to me. Like other games, like my Dark Souls streams, I have hundreds almost of official pictures to choose from to make thumbnails
Yeah.
with, like, because if I'm using their official arts, obviously all of the rights for the images are attributed to them.
Yeah.
I just think it's a lot easier for me to make thumbnails and stuff when I'm using their official artwork, so I don't feel like I'm accidentally using some fan art or using something that I'm not correctly attributing the artist for.
Yes.
I get it, Andrew. There are people that will never feel the affinity for it. I'm an 80s kid, so I'll always feel the affinity for like the physical copies of stuff. But it's funny that you said that you did have the ability to read those pieces of paper, but you never bothered to, and that's part of the reason why they had somebody in marketing that said, "Hey, look, we statistically looked at this, and people don't even read the shit. So why include it?"
Damn, you got ate alive, bro.
You can put a QR code in the inside of the sleeve, and they can scan that if they want to see the instruction manual, and that's fine for some people. But like, tell me this: when the game costs $70, and you're telling me that the digital deluxe version costs $90, but it comes with a digital art book I don't give a flying fuck about a digital art book. How do I put that on my coffee table for my friends to look at for this game?
I mean,
Am I really supposed to have a tablet on my fucking table to pull up the digital art book that I own? Or another thing, it's a digital soundtrack. Okay, a physical CD.
No, I
can put that
argue
in any of
differently.
these CD
With some of those
players.
OSTs, you own the legal rights to use it with
It's
buying the
ridiculous.
OST.
Digital everything. It's like, that's not a perk. A perk to me is when I bought the BioShock 2 Deluxe Edition, I got a vinyl record, I got a coffee table physical art book, and you know what I mean? Like, that was worth the money. You know?
And it was curated for the fan. Like, I feel like they care about the creation and what, like the... I feel like a lot of those things were high quality. Unless you're talking about the Juggernog fridge for Black Ops 3. I hear that thing, as far as it being a fridge goes, is a piece of junk.
We have to remember that the only reason why feelies existed in games in general was to combat piracy. They had to find some way to add stuff to that disc.
Yeah, that's true.
That was to make it so that
The manuals were literally something to make it so you had to call back
to call
to the
back
manual.
a key or something that
Mhm.
proved that you owned a legit copy. And then after that, they thought, since this is such a small thing, let's give them something physical to feel from the world that they're playing virtually. So if I'm playing a game that has a currency, and I give you a real coin copy from the game, and you can put it on your desk, put it by your monitor, and you can look at that, and you think, oh, when I pick up a coin in this game, that's what it looks like. It's just like an extra. It's a bonus.
Andrew, we're talking
Mhm.
about games made pretty much like after, I'd say after like 2018, 2016 maybe. Like, I feel like
3DS was like the next one that didn't have a physical instruction
Luke Goon,
manual.
fellas.
So 3DS, PlayStation 4,
PS3, 4. I mean, some
had
some
manuals.
PS4 games didn't have manuals, but some did. So it was like PS4.
It was mainly around the Vita era, because the Vita would just have the case, and then you'd open the game case, and there wouldn't
You
be
go
a
for
damn
it, Pandas.
instruction manual. There'll be just a little card.
Anything good?
But,
I just
Cash
love the manuals
and
because
cash.
a lot of the times it would make it like you would just see a lot of like officially drawn pictures. It would be like for the older games like Nintendo era stuff. It was probably hand drawn. Like like older Mario games have hand drawn pictures of Mario, Luigi, the different you know, enemies you're facing. Like they have like descriptions that have like more character to them than the official marketing like descriptions of the game. Like it's something you feel like someone actually took time to be like, well, this is what this game is about, like to give you a good feel of whether this is worth your time, really.
But also to go back to like what I was saying about like things kind of going full circle is a lot of these companies like this Alex Kidd little remake that they did for the Switch. It was like standard for like the first printing of that to come with the instruction manual that they printed for it, and it comes with a mini keychain and like a little, like, you know what I mean? It's just like when companies do that, they make their product stand out amongst everybody else.
Right. I feel like that's the other thing is it is a good marketing. Like,
and it didn't cost them that much to do that shit. Instead of like making like another $70 game
with a bunch of digital outfits that you can put on that you're gonna
doesn't
forget
matter.
about.
It's just like great. And the worst part about that is most of the time that you think that you would care about that game because you're just so like engrossed in it that you finished it. By the time that you care about those outfits and stuff, you've already finished the game and you're just about done with the game anyway. So why are you gonna even care?
I agree.
It's like,
and a lot of the time, over monetization is killing the gaming industry, and I'll say that till the
they should
till the
have to
cows
have
come home.
transparency ahead of time about what features are planned for the game when it's released versus what they're holding back for DLC. So I know. I want to see the path. Let me see the business path for this game. Oh, those cool features that you're only going to release for DLC. Then why?
But the problem is they hold back so many features just to release them for DLC.
Right, they do.
Like
They
they're
don't wanna show
literally
that.
like they're like, oh yeah, we will do this, but you gotta wait a year and a half for when the DLC drops. Like, fuck you. That you're disrespecting me as a consumer. You were gonna include that in the normal game, and you held off on it for the sake of making more money.
Yep. whoever thought,
It's the
came up
mobile
with
games
DLC.
industry. The mobile games industry, popped his dome with that one. It's a nice rocket launcher. So, Pandas, would you like that? I've already got a really good rocket. So, with that, I feel like we hit a very good conclusion point for tonight's stream.
Sorry to rant about DLC again, guys, but you're gonna find that our stance on this isn't gonna change until the industry
Yep,
changes.
that's the other thing is everyone needs to maintain that idea that they can't tolerate it anymore and stop paying for it. Stop paying for the over-monetized titles
And if
like
not,
Call of Duty.
then call a spade and let me pay $100 up front to have all of it up front. Then
Yeah, that's the thing is if they really want more money, then we will pay you
I'll
more
give you
up
more
front
money up
instead
front.
of over time. I agree. But yeah, like Dad said, sorry for ranting a whole lot, but we're opinionated, and I feel like we should, like, part of having a channel is letting your opinions be known about stuff that, at least for us, that isn't super political. The only politics we talk about is video game politics.
Vid-Bits After Dark gets a little loose too, so
Yeah, any of our later streams, we're going to be talking a little bit more about things we care about because it helps maintain our focus and keeps us fresh while we're playing games. And plus,
look at you creeping.
love socializing, talking to Pandas, talking to you guys in chat. It was, tonight has been super chill.
And I know that you guys kept saying that we're only gonna probably do like a little bit of the DLCs. I at least want to dabble in some of the other ones so we can kind of like wrap a nice, like you said, wrap a nice little bow around it. At least show some of the wave-based stuff. We don't have to go super deep in it, but I mean, since we're all downloaded in it anyways, we might as well just do a little bit of it, just kind of like mess with it.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
But with
good.
that being
Wait,
said,
we also, one more thing. Andrew said he isn't contributing to the negative parts of the industry, which I just love to have more people who are helping. The only stance you can take these days is with your money. If you stop giving them your money, that will speak more than words, more than videos, posts, any of that.
you know when McDonald's will put a McDouble back to under $2 when you guys stop paying $3 for them. But when you don't, that's what it is. That's just that's like an allegory for it. We can spend our money in a way that our money and how we spend it is very powerful. It's almost like a voice. So they look at that shit. That's why they have these board meetings about this shit. That's why there's pie charts and graphs and people in suits that have nothing to do with video games making decisions about video games.
Well, but that's why you see people contributing so much to indie games, playing the same games that they love. Like Andrew's saying, he plays some of his go-to titles because like that's what you don't feel like investing in the new stuff because it's not there.
There is a golden age of gaming that nobody talks about that is before these guys got their claws into it with the FOMO subscription-based service bullshit, the DL shit, C shit. There's a time when the game was all on the disc and they didn't have what they're planning. And those games are the games that we seem to be talking about the most in Renaissance, and also in the current gaming landscape, the games that don't have DLCs that are just like a complete experience. Those are some of the best indie titles that we seem to love. We keep talking about again and again, like like our Braids and our Bastions and stuff like that. That have, like when the DLC came out, it was all available when the game came out because they all had it all playing together. But they're like, hey, in case you don't want more, we're not going to make the game super expensive for you, and we're not going to give you more. That is what DLC is for. When the base game is enough, and for the people
You
that
want
can
more.
buy more.
Like,
but
why-
the people that don't want more don't have to buy the more.
That is why people
Breathe,
are
Riot.
hell. I honestly, I mean, I know we were gonna stop, but I feel like we could keep going. I feel like we could do a couple more side quests. I'm down for it if you are, Pandas. That's kind of up to you, man.
I'm all down. Like it's a passionate topic. And
I mean,
it
we
got us
could-
fired up.
Yeah,
Happens.
we could go for an hour 45, 2 hours. I mean, shit.
Down.
I'm down. We could knock a couple more things out. What do you think, Dan?
Let's say we can hit 38 and just call it nice. Whenever that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like there's
What are we
just,
at?
I mean, as far as gaming goes, like, there's a reason why like you got into playing games in the first place. It's like the interactive element. Wait, I was actually go back to my previous point. People are hyped for the Elden Ring DLC because that game was so much good content, and now there's more. That's what people wanted. They weren't holding back Elden Ring for the DLC and giving you part of the game in the DLC. That's just more
Yeah.
game, and that's why people are so excited for that. Truly, like, and I haven't played Elden Ring aside from, you know, I'd say like 5 hours, and I didn't really get super invested at the time. But now that I'm kind of, you know, back into Dark Souls 3, then I feel like I'm ready to play Elden Ring, and that'll just, you know, once I beat Dark Souls 3, that'll be what I stream.
Demon Souls? You don't even talk about that.
Demon Souls is just it's a predecessor to Dark Souls. It was the first, like, obviously aside from Kingsfield, like you've said, being like the early Dark Souls kind of game, like Demon Souls was the game they made for PS3 and Xbox 360 that started that series, the Souls series. See ya, Andrew. Have a good night, man. I appreciate seeing you in chat tonight.
Thanks for hanging out, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go turn this
I
quest in.
feel like this stream was just like also like a allegory for the end of this DLC where there's the fake out. We did the fake out ending, like we're gonna end the stream, and they're like, no, we're not gonna end the stream.
Right, actually, we're gonna keep going for a little bit.
Psych out.
I don't know. I feel like it's just because we're on such a good topic of discussion that it's like I feel like I could add more to that.
Also, does it hurt that we cracked a tube of chemicals drink about like 90 minutes ago? And it's
Yeah,
probably
that's
kicking
true.
in.
Did drink an energy drink a little bit before stream.
Nice.
I don't know. I love video games. They have been so ever present throughout my life that I play video games just as much as I watch movies, just as much as I read books, just as much as you're funny, just as much as I watch TV shows. Like it is just the same kind of media as everything
You're
else to
also
me.
blessed though to be in a time period
Where it's
and
accepted.
where it's now becoming closer and closer to considered art than it ever has been, whereas before it was bastardized.
Oh yeah.
It went from being publicly accepted to the crash happening and making it so that all the adults got like thinking that video games was like a cancer word because they were all businessmen. They're like, shit, that caused a whole. It went from the first billion-dollar industry to crash. Like it was the .com bubble before there was a .com bubble. I mean, but then we go and we look at Japan and the crash never happened there.
Yeah, it's always kind of been a renaissance for video games in Japan.
But I feel like when we've talked about it, we're going back and we're circling back to the point
Yeah.
where we're right around another video game crash. It's almost 40 years to when it happened before. We're about right there again because there's an oversaturation.
It's
of
the lack
crap
of respect for consumers. That's what it is.
Yeah, making projects and having them in the can and ready to go and then canceling them.
The
and
worst
then-
part is it's also lack of respect for developers. The developers can't push deadlines. They can't really make things at their own pace.
Can
They're
we get back to the
overworked.
point where we don't announce projects until literally they're about 12 to 18 months before they come out. Let's stop talking about them 5 years before they come out.
Literally,
I'm
it's
tired of that.
like Elder Scrolls 6. I don't know if I'll be as hyped for that because of how long it's been talked about.
Well, look at that game. What was the game? Duke Nukem Forever. They talked about that game for over a decade and then didn't even have a chance to come close.
And
to
it
what
was so
supposed to be.
topically irrelevant.
It changed so many engines because of so many things that came out, and every time a new tech came out, they're like, let's add that to the game. Oh, that's a cool thing. Let's add that to the game. And they change engines.
Let's do this
developers,
upsale
and,
mission for
I think that's,
the
you know,
Jacob's
they never
machine.
had a chance for that game to be good because they had so much going on. It was so dated.
Can you pick up missions, Dad? It's called upsale over here.
Yeah, we already picked it
I
up.
think
We just need to switch. Somebody just needs to switch to it.
Oh, okay. Pandas. Is that what we're doing?
No, I'm getting there. I'm being attacked.
Oh, okay. My bad.
You're just,
Sorry for pressing you.
you're good. Am I not on that mission? Aren't I already on that mission?
I can't see.
It just
You
says
can't
clue
check?
found and zealot found is what I see on my screen.
Oh, I
Upsale.
was gonna say you can. Someone can
Power.
check on
It should say
missions.
power coupling
tried to switch
and
it
coupling
over,
and
yeah.
stop.
Got it.
There we go. There we go.
Got it.
Yeah. We're all on the same page because Dad
Yes.
earlier was talking about that Jacob's machine that you repair, and that's through this mission. So little
So yeah, like I was
callback.
confused because I had just clicked it, but I think you guys picked up the mission. So
But I
was
mean, if
confused.
you want any other like, you know, evidence to where the video game industry kind of is. I mean, it's weird when it's 2024 and I'm seeing Tiger handhelds back on the shelves. I'm seeing
It's oversaturation of the market.
I'm seeing like plug and play consoles like rule the market again, like they did 20 years ago.
Those are trash.
All that kind of shit, and it's just like that's either going to be considered great exposure for people that don't have the ability to want to have a collection in their home, or it's going to be just.
But at the
shitty
same time, I
exposure.
do appreciate emulation culture changing and it being less of a negative thing that people are emulating games.
We still don't want to publicly declare a stance on that because it's still considered taboo.
Well, but that's still emulating. That's a legal way to emulate. They give you the machine to emulate it on. And you play it on their hardware.
Arcade 1-Up's doing the same thing.
Yeah, Arcade 1-Ups are a great example.
But
But that's also making it so we get access to older titles, and it's not just sitting and becoming unplayable. Like a lot of games need to exist as.
I mean, to be fair, Nintendo's paying Hamster to emulate their arcade games and to give us access to them. So it's not even like, I get it. It's not as bad of a word as long as you're not marrying that into piracy.
Well, yeah, I would never advocate for piracy, but I just feel like it's not. Emulation and piracy shouldn't be synonymous. Emulation just means running a system that is acting like the original, like that system. So like emulating a Wii or a N64 or an Xbox 360. Even the Xbox One emulates the 360 engine because it's not like there's a whole 360 built into the Xbox One like the PS2 that was built into the PS3. Like with the Xbox One, it's literally just emulating the OG servers of the 360.
I'm sure Soldier Boy used that excuse and to report it to me.
Right.
No,
Oh, yeah. The Soldier Con. Man, he's got 400 games on his console. How many games you got on your console?
But it's also a problem, though, like, because I've been talking to people about the new Switch coming out, and like there's like the argument of people that want it to be backwards compatible, and then there's the other argument that from a development standpoint, and we've seen this in the past where other consoles have suffered because they're splitting their tech between trying to emulate the older generation.
But that's the thing, is it's not that hard. It's taking a little bit of time to make a proprietary emulator.
You being in IT, you can understand the logistics of why that doesn't seem like it's a hard task, but there's other people that could easily just say, well, that's just really difficult.
Or the problem is people who are project managing in the games industry know nothing about video games or what it takes to appease a consumer. Whereas I literally part of making content is knowing what people want to watch. Like I know that I'm not gonna if I play a game that nobody's interested in, I can't expect anybody to watch it. You know what I mean? So like
you can't play Barbie for NES.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Like I feel like there are things that
no.
So you ask someone who is in tune with the industry, then they're gonna understand how to appeal to the consumer. Say for example, it's the same thing as if someone big up in the wrestling industry were to ask you questions about wrestling, you could provide them such a real fan perspective of how a lot of people feel. Because you're an actual fan and you represent the general majority for a lot of your opinions, I feel like. So as far as video games go, I feel like they need to be talking to more people who actually consume their product and be like, well, how does this need to change to benefit them?
Well, unfortunately, when they give, and this is why I applaud Nintendo, when I buy their products, they give me surveys all the time in my email and ask me what I think about the game still, and also, because it's connected to my Switch account, I will actually get emails from Nintendo when I haven't played a title for a while, and they'll ask me to go back to that title, or they're like, oh, you're considering revisiting Mario Wonder, because they're looking at their data.
I saw that the other day in my email.
I haven't loaded it in a while, and they want to know, for their analytics, why, or if they're
because they actually care about changing their. But they also if a game isn't boding well, they're gonna change and I feel like Nintendo's good for updating the product to benefit the consumer.
I do appreciate that though on the outside, but then there's other people that just saying, I bought the damn game, why are you still fucking bothering me? Why am I still being bothered about this game? I purchased it. You got my
Yeah.
money. I'm not taking it back. Like, well,
But
what
at
do you
least
think
they
about?
care enough to at least create like the algorithm system to, you know,
Manage
spit
your
out.
preferences.
Yeah, like
Right.
you know.
It makes me feel like there's somebody that gives a shit. Now, whether or not there
Yeah,
actually
it's
is,
like they put in the they put in the time to at least
right?
get your feedback and
Right.
whatever they do with it, what they do with it. It is
And
nice.
that's one thing that I know of people. I know, like, I don't know. Fortnite is such a weird topic to talk about, but that's one of those games that they consistently ask player feedback about features. Like, I think almost better than any other constant, like, what is it,
They know
always
that
online
at
title.
the end of the day, they have to curate this experience to their user base to make the maximum amount of money. So they are willing to bend over to make it like they're gonna keep molding the experience to where the masses are happy with it.
Yeah, but
I was
at
gonna
this,
say, I have a very odd. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you go. You're good.
I just, I have a very odd take when it comes to Fortnite, but I don't know if anyone agrees with it. But I
No,
mean,
go for it.
they stuck their foot down and created. I mean, yes, it's microtransactions. That's how they make all their money. They created a free area, a free game to play for everybody. All you got to do is download it or have
And
the
it
system
is-
to download it. and
It
have
is
Xbox,
higher
and it's like,
quality than Roblox. Like,
the Fortnite's existence literally single-handedly took the pay to or the Black Ops model, Black Ops 4 or God, what am I trying to say? The Call of Duty model, like, had to stop and kind of adjust to what Fortnite was doing. They had
Yeah.
to stop all the people were getting really mad at the loot crate system and the pay to win and all that shit. And it's like, as much as Fortnite is hated on, I really think they took it. They turned the arc. I mean, gaming was heading in a really dark place if Fortnite didn't come along, and that's just kind of the
No,
position I take because it
don't
forces.
think that you're wrong.
Oh,
Because
I totally agree.
I completely see that too, because literally loot crates. If it really,
it was all advanced. It's because of Advanced Warfare.
I
It was
think
literally the
also
first
is
game to get that
wasn't it
over
like-
on consoles.
Was it like the Australian Gaming Council that
Brazil,
first,
I think.
Brazil that first investigated like the addictive properties to the loot crate mechanic, and like they weren't. What it was is the industry wasn't willing to break down the science between how it was.
It was child gambling.
Right.
That's
It's
exactly
child
what-
gambling. It's 100%.
Yeah,
what it
very
was.
blatantly.
Like,
But at the
societies-
but to an
societies
extent
had that,
though,
Like,
yeah,
that's
like
it's not the
playing
first
cards,
example.
Pokemon cards, you can go and gamble as
Not
a
even
child
just- not
buying
even just
Pokemon
that.
cards.
I'm an old guy, so I'll say the old example, but we played Pogs, okay, and they cost a nickel a piece, and you
Yep.
played for keeps. So every Pog was a
Yep.
nickel. So if I won 20 Pogs from you, I won $1 from you. If I won 100 Pogs from you, then I won $5 from
Yep.
you. Like, but
Yep.
everybody was okay with that. You're playing it at school. You're playing it with all over the place, and like everybody was making a killing from kids, like, basically converting their nickels into fucking cardboard. Like.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
was saying shit about it, and it's to
Yeah.
me like it's not cool because that was a way that they were, as a kid you're just like, oh, I'm winning this game, and it's a different form of like trading baseball cards or whatever, but the addictive property of I won a bunch, then you're always up, but when you're losing, man, I remember being in the store and watching kids fiend and go up and buy another $5 worth of Pogs.
Well,
Like,
people.
okay,
I mean,
man, I'm just gonna play a
I
couple
had
more rounds,
always
man.
heard it.
I can win my shit
I
back,
had
man.
heard people call it cardboard crack.
Yeah, I mean,
Like legitimately,
like Magic
like
the Gathering and
yeah,
Pokemon too. But
yeah,
like
playing
this
cards and stuff. Like
legitimately is like a marble style old school skill where your hand and like the type of slammer that you choose and your technique.
it's like a playing
dictates what-
style.
And
Yeah.
also the luck of the draw of who gets to go first dictates whether or not you're going to lose money to your friend.
Yeah.
And someone that grew up, became a psychologist, and then got into the gaming industry, and someone asked his opinion. He's like, "Oh, well, we did this when we were kids. And it was super
No, the
cool, so
problem
let's look
I
at that
feel-
and do it."
Part
right,
of it.
No, you're right. I mean,
I feel like enough of the big execs. I don't know. Like when you watch the South Park episode about monetizing mobile games, once they all realized that that was for real and people had accepted that model of making content, like they just leaned full force into that. Where it's like, okay, we can have a whole store page that's just you turn your real money into fake credits that you can only use here to buy things in our store that you can only play, you can only use when you play our game.
the genius was this, right? let's take the old school Doom and Quake mentality of the shareware. It's free, okay? It's free. You get to play this for free. But we're going to make it so that you're tied down to where you only get to do the actionable activity that makes the dopamine drip every 45 minutes. But it's still free. But it's every 45 minutes. Now that you're tethered to that inconvenience, do you want to pay $1 to remove that 45-minute timer? You don't have to, but you really enjoy this game, and you only have to pay $1, and you can remove that 45-minute timer.
It's acting like you have a choice. Waiting is the bane of your
illusion
existence.
of choice.
Yeah, it is exactly. That's exactly what it is. Like, you're gonna do it if you
You're
like
gonna
what
do
it is.
If you
You're
like
gonna
that
do
game
it.
and you're sick of waiting 45 minutes because you can't find other real chores to do or other games to play or something else, and you can't waste 45 minutes for that time waster game, you're gonna pay the $1 to remove the timer, and then they're gonna have gotten you. That's no longer a free game.
The second you pay for it, it's not a free game.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, and I eventually had to tell myself I got addicted to Simpsons Tapped Out, which is stupid. It was just one of those things where I found myself with my phone in my hand a lot, and I was like, okay, it's a brand new phone. Okay, cool, I like The Sims. I'm gonna build my own little Springfield. And then eventually it's like, man, all the free buildings are, locked under FOMO of having to play so long to get them, which is fine. I would get all my free buildings, but then I was like, ooh, here's a limited time character. They're only gonna appear in my village forever if I buy them during the 3-hour window they're available, or the 3-day window they're
that's
available.
how Fortnite kind of operates on that
you
same
fucking buy it
premise.
because you want that little Professor
that is
Frink
the
walking
But the
around your
biggest
Springfield.
flaw.
The good
They
thing, though,
prey on that
as
kind of
far as a
system.
shooter goes, Fortnite is a good third person shooter. Like, the mechanics of the game is fantastic now.
It took all of the greatest things about shooter games and like threw them all into one game.
Yeah.
Like, and then
And it's
took-
constantly
innovated
adding
a little
more.
bit with the building mechanics, and then they have the
But
game modes without the building mechanics.
The zero
But
build,
here,
I'm
though,
talking zero build, because me and Dad don't play with building.
But it was literally one of my friends.
I've literally never played for it, but yeah.
It was one of my friends that convinced me that it was okay to spend money on these things, right? Because he said, look at it this way, Brian. You paid nothing to download the game, right? And you're enjoying it for more than 5 hours a week. What's it to spend a couple dollars on it? You're not spending $60 on it, and you do play it for a couple hours a week, don't you? At least a half an hour a day. And I was like, you're right, man, you're right. And then I pushed that button.
As long as
And I got me some premium currency, and I bought me some premium characters for a game that I haven't loaded up on my phone for 4 years now, that I wasted probably about $25 on. You know what I mean? Like, so dumb. Like, because it's the FOMO thing too. It's like, okay, I don't really want that character. Oh, but I can only get it for 48 hours.
People are gonna make me. It's
Or only
almost like you
48
feel like
hours.
other people are gonna look at you differently for owning the thing versus not owning the thing. Like,
And like, you may be able to get through the first half of the 48 hours of not buying it, but then you load the game back up because you play it every day. So now it's 24 hours, and you're like, fuck.
Whiskey Wesley just went ham on your
24
ass.
more hours to get that limited edition character for this game.
But at the end of the day, you didn't even really care about it.
No, I mean,
But that's the problem. Is don't spend money you don't need to spend. Like, I saw some headline that it was like, some girl spent her parents' entire retirement fund on some mobile game. I'm like, she has
That's
a problem.
insane.
She has
That's insane.
a legitimate
It's
mental
a peer
problem.
addiction.
Yeah.
It's like
Like-
addiction can hit you in any type of.
Yes.
When you
Whatever
don't
way,
care
whatever
that
hits
it's
that
hurting your
dopamine.
family.
Yep.
You're like,
Yeah.
your family is suffering because you're doing something, and you're like, oh well, the ends justify the means. Like, no, what the how? Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, I think my friend was playing this. I think it was a Star Trek time waster on their phone, and like when you get in like a group of people, like you actually get in like a real guild or whatever. And he was in a guild with somebody, and I guess when somebody buys something in the marketplace, it can gift stuff to the people that are in the guild with them when they're the leader. And I guess the person that was the leader of his guild is like a sultan in like Saudi Arabia or something. And they're making like $1,000
oh, real
purchases
money.
multiple times
But the
a
thing is,
day.
they're also probably running a side market where they make real money from the game.
So he's so happy to be in this guild because every day he gets all these crazy ass perks because this dude is spending thousands of real dollars a day in his guild.
Because he's also addicted. Like,
But I mean, he also is a sultan, so he probably has nothing. What does he spend his money on? He's got sultan money.
yeah, that's the big
The
money.
dude wants to spend stacks on Star Wars Fleet Academy Simulator or whatever.
He's gonna do that.
More power to him, I guess. But I guess what my point is like, there's also that power of knowing that you get to give 15 people awesome perks with your money. So he's balling, and he's actually getting other people stuff that they could never ever.
But it's
afford,
also his
you know?
social time, I'm sure.
Right.
That guy probably gets more social time by doing that than he does because his status. Like I mean, I'm sure it's harder for him to like engage with random people.
Right.
So like at that point, it's a good social time. That's why I've been trying to convince you know, older members of my family to consider playing games and just forget about whatever stigma they have in their head about playing video games and just give it a shot. Like I feel like they're missing out on a whole different type of media just by not playing games.
But man, if the elders that would be judging them haven't had passed on to the other side at this point.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh,
Jesus Christ,
damn,
all
you
the
hate
people
me
that
for
would be giving you
you
shit.
hate me for my rock music and my different kind of dancing, and now it's like, yeah, I'm gonna hate you for your rap music and your video games. Like what the hell? What kind of
we're
full circle
YouTubers.
moment is this?
I'm
Like,
in my early 40s and Bray's 18, so there's 25 years between the two of us, right? My grandmother is twice my age, and she even understands what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to explain it to her. I was like, we make television for people that has to do with video games, and she's like, okay, I get that. She actually accepts the fact that I play games more now than she ever did because she understands.
but
that
she
it's
also
for a
understands that
reason.
we help other people enjoy games that maybe those people don't have the money to play the games we play. Maybe
Right.
those people don't have the time to play the games we play. Maybe they don't have the physical capability to play the games
Well,
we play.
and like I said before, I think I was playing it. I said it when I was playing Peach. When I was doing the rest of it by myself, I think I said something to the extent of, if I could have thought one day I could have been the guy creating the content for the person that maybe couldn't afford to get this game right now, but can live vicariously through
Or
somebody
can
else
even
enjoying
see, man, is this worth my money? I
Right.
don't have a whole lot of money to spend on video games, but when I do, I want it to be a good thing. So
Right.
if I can help that one person decide if whatever I'm playing is worth playing, or if they want to spend their time or invest, you know, their energy in it, then I just love to be able to help out to that extent. But also, like, to have the community outreach of being able to play with people consistently, being able to,
There you go. Look at that.
like, the fact that we have our own Minecraft server that me and Dad put in time, you know, a couple times a week we're playing Minecraft to try to get our own little world set up for you guys to come in and have fun. Like, that we put in our personal time, so then that also comes out and becomes a really awesome perk for those of the people who have subscribed to our membership. Like, they get to interact with us and play when we're possibly offline, not even putting time in on the channel. They can pop in on that world and, you know, play with us. Like, but I just think ultimately the fact that we have people who have bought our membership, we have people who have decided to go out of their way to help us, like we try so much to provide a good experience for you guys. So like to know that people like appreciate what we do, and the other things like the comments, like seeing people say, this is so wholesome, I love seeing you make memories with your dad, or, you know, I can't believe he's never played this game, and, you know, you're exposing your dad to this new game he's never played. Or like the comments, like checking in on YouTube Studio and seeing the newest comments are some of the best parts of my day. I never regret checking the comment section. It's never a bad place to be. Seriously. And I like the fact that that's the case, and the fact that I can consistently have a positive community to turn towards and talk to. Like, it does so many positive things for my mental health, and I know it does the same thing for Dad. That's why
You guys have
go ahead.
you guys have created a really safe space for gamers that, you know, want to chill, man. Like, it's video games at the end of the day. Like,
Right.
It's supposed to be fun. Like, isn't that the whole
Oh my
point?
god, if that doesn't belong on a fucking t-shirt, I don't know what does. It's the truth. It is. I mean, it's funny because I've said that exact phrase a million times. You can ask Bray, and sometimes it was the things I had to say to him to ground him when he was being the most competitive with himself in certain games, and I mean, also kind of the things that would be patronizing for me to hear myself when I would be in those same situations that he was in when I would say those things to him. But at the end of the day, it's a fucking game. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah, it's supposed to be leisure.
We're not
happiness.
playing Russian roulette. That's the only game that's not fucking fun. You know what I mean?
We're
Somebody's
supposed to
dying
be-
at the end of the day. You know, that's not fun, but...
Yeah, we're supposed to be entering a world of escapism and, enjoying our time. And
Right.
It's like,
But then again,
we're literally choosing to spend our time to do this, and might as well enjoy it.
we are
But,
also blessed in a time and age where the media has so much more, there's so much more knowledge about it beforehand, because I will not lie, with me being my age, like,
Oh, I couldn't even imagine what you got to do.
I did spend money on games that were absolute trash with no knowledge, and then had to
Yeah.
deal with it. And yes, that is
Yeah.
infuriating, dude. I mean,
You had
is
to be
your-
the one that
The
who
guinea
was the
pig.
word of mouth
Dude,
to
yeah.
be like,
Don't
yeah,
buy
this game's
this,
bad,
dude.
but don't buy it.
so
Like,
that's
yeah,
part of that's
weird.
why it's also part of our mission to do that sometimes too.
It is
because,
always
like,
our
it's
mission to do that.
Jeez, 'cause
Show the awesome games and let people know, man, some of these games are not worth your money
as a
and
child,
time.
your money is so much more weighty than
Oh,
as an
yeah.
adult. So-
your money as a child, because when you like, I remember when $50 was a shit ton of money to me.
Yeah.
Like that 50 or
Still
60
is.
bucks I invested into the newest game was all the money I'd have until the next time I did some chores, the next time I
birthday or Christmas.
birthday or
sometimes.
Christmas. You know,
Yeah.
those were the only times that was going to come to me as a child. So like, I can totally empathize with those who don't have the budget for gaming, because like, they expect a lot out of you as a consumer, especially when you're just trying to keep up and play the newest games and enjoy them how they're intended to be played.
Well, you are in a situation where your birthday's 4 months before Christmas, or 3 or 4 months before Christmas, and mine's 3 or 4 months after. So like, that's half of a year without new stuff.
Yeah.
Every year when you're a kid. So like, you have to hope to God that you made a lot of educated decisions on what games you were going to put all your eggs in that basket. And like I said, being an 80s kid, we had to flip over a box, look at 3 screenshots, read 3 paragraphs, maybe some blurbs in Nintendo Power. Maybe you were lucky enough to
Have some
see the game on a
friends.
Play Choice 10 or played it at your friend's house or rented it once. And if not, you just took a chance and spent your one Christmas gift game or your one birthday gift game on that game. And in my case, it was shitty LJN, Bill and Ted's Excellent Video Game Adventure, and shit like that. Or, man, I really like Bill and Ted. Yeah, and it's I still haven't beat that fucking game. So like, but then again, and I've talked to Bray about it a million times. Playing shitty games and having to suck it up is the reason why, and dealing with bad game design is the reason why I can play anything. I can play anything. I can maybe
You
not
don't have
rate,
the highest of standards.
but I can play anything.
Right.
And grab the controller, figure out how to maneuver, how to actuate, and stuff like that. And also, I can maybe even find the joy in something that somebody can't see, because I still have that childhood mentality of I had to suffer through. So, but with the Game Pass and the game subscription days, you can just download
But
it,
that's
not like
so
it, delete it.
okay. I
you
will
know?
say this till the cows come home, and I've said that phrase twice this stream, which is just silly.
Oh.
I think Game Pass is overstimulating. I think there are too many games on the
Hey, but they did your
service.
thing though. They did your
They
thing.
finally made it so you were able to hide titles in your, like, I don't know when they implemented that, but I was complaining about that a while ago, and they finally listened. But truly to be able to get rid of the games that you don't want to play is nice. But like I was saying, for the general consumer, like, there's too many games. There are too many experiences on that. I feel like we've gone in enough diatribes, we've gone in enough sidebars, and I feel like we've done pretty much all that this DLC has to offer
Yeah, it's
at
just
this
like
point.
nailing down different side quests to try to get your level cap ready so that you're able to delve into that new game plus stuff or get into the rest of this DLC, which we are eventually gonna
Yeah,
peek into.
be on the lookout for the next Borderlands stream whenever we play General Knox.
Is that what we're gonna do next, General Knox?
Yeah, I figured.
Okay.
Either that, or we bust out the other 2 in one stream and then make General Knox its own.
Yeah.
little
I
stream.
think that
We could
sounds
do
more
that.
palatable to me. Let's go ahead and count to do the other 2, like dabble in the other 2 on the next stream.
And then have a good
and
ending
then
with
the,
that
the third
DLC.
one will, because that may be a 2-parter. General Knox may be a 2 or 3-parter. So we'll do on the next stream. Let's do the 2 smaller ones, and then we'll count to do Nux on the one after that. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, I really appreciated this with you
Sick.
guys. Thanks to Pandas and Bray, and we really got through this rather quickly. But like I said at the beginning of this stream, this is more of a bullshit DLC where they kind of slapped it together and just kind of gave
It
you
was
another
fun,
hub world to mess around in. But you know, having the weapons, the corrosive weapons, going in there against the Doctor was no problem.
Oh yeah, and the rocket launcher. The
And he's
OP
got his
rocket.
crazy rocket.
Yeah.
launcher.
Right.
But
With that being
Well,
said,
that's-
it's been the Vid-Bits. It's been Brian,
and Braden.
and we've been hanging out with.
BudSmokinPandaz.
And we will see you guys on the next Borderlands stream, and we hope that you've been enjoying it. Until the next time.
Yeah, be on the lookout for streams pretty much every day of the week. You know, there may be a couple days that we don't stream, but we stream quite constantly. We also are working towards making more long-form videos, and we've got a lot of stuff in the works. So thank you guys for your consistent support. It means the world to us. But, you know, like we said, it's been Bray.
And Brian of the Vid-Bits.
Peace.
Peace.
BudSmokinPandaz, peace.
Woo! Have a good one, guys.